Hello, friends, and welcome to another review of affordable fountain pens made in China. Today, I have for you a metallic example of fountain pen, and this is the fountain pen. Its name is written on this ring. So we have Ming. Let's zoom on it. We have Ming Da model 98 dash 8. So Ming Da. I am not familiar with this Chinese producer, but I appreciate the workmanship of this product and the attention to details. So I already told you that we have a metallic fountain pen. You could see its beautiful trims, and we will start with this wonderful clip. At first glance, it reminds us of a Arrow Parker model, but if we look closely, in the place of the top of the arrow, we have a form of a heart, and it is quite nice and wonderful. And instead of the feathers at the end of the arrow, we have three sets of, I will call them leaves. So leaves. Quite a nice metallic clip. Let's see how functional it is. Yes, it is quite springy. It certainly does its job. At the end, we have a simple top flat ending, also in this gold-plated color. You could see that the body is decorated with these patterns, these streams. And if we take out the cap, we can see that we have a pressure feed cap. You can notice it doesn't require lots of force when you open it. And it reveals this rather long grip section. It is also gold plated. It is also metallic. The nice thing about it is its ending, its light concave ending in that ring, and of course those striations in the form of rings, which provide a little grip but not so much. Now I'm arriving at the nib, and I want to show you the nib. It certainly reminds us of the nib of the Parker models with this arrow ending. I love the fact that they've written the size of the nib F nib. We have a crown and a registered trademark called Duke. So this is a Duke nib. I'm sorry, I will clean it. This is a Duke nib, and you can see it is a steel nib, and I think it was two-toned. So a part of it is slightly gold plated. The plating, you will see it is affected in time, so it is a slight gold plating, if it is a gold plating at all. On the back, we have this interesting feed, a plastic feed, but much more elaborated feed that we see on common Chinese models. So in my opinion, I think that this is a high-end Chinese product. I'm not so sure about the year of manufacturing. So a Ming Da 988, maybe 1998, but I'm not so sure. The barrel and screws. And guess what? These threads are made from metal, and also here we have metal. So this is a good thing. As you can see, we have the aromatic filling mechanism and another written name, Ming Da. So it is pronounced Ming Da or Ming Da in a whole world, I don't know. So this is a familiar Chinese filling mechanism specific to the 70s and 80s, but this is present till our days. So this certainly cannot help us determine the age or the date of manufacturing of this fountain pen. Let's see if this could, yes, it can be taken apart, and you can see the inner sac. It was previously filled with dark blue ink. We simply put this back on. Okay, I will put back on the barrel and the cap, and I have prepared specially for you other metallic fountain pens in my collection. And I will start with the metallic fountain pens that I know for sure that are made in China. This is a beautiful burgundy red Queely May fountain pen, also a metallic fountain pen. Here I have a Jinhao 911, which has this engraved dragon, so I will call it the Jinhao 911 dragon. But I also have a Pelican Jazz fountain pen, also a metallic fountain pen, but painted in this ivory or white pearl, in this white pearl color. And I also have a classic Italian fountain pen, this beautiful, beautiful Aurora Magellan, in this beautiful gold plating, and quite a slim fountain pen from the 1990s with an aspect of the 1970s slim fountain pen, which resembles a ballpoint pen, because when you look at it, you find it very, very slim, but it has quite a small nib and quite a small and slim body. So I will show them to you side by side. You can see that they are of similar dimensions. They are all, I consider them all medium fountain pens. Of course, I will leave the dimensions of our fountain pen on the screen. And after that, we will be ready for the writing sample. So I will leave the other pens aside. And because I had on it a dark black ink, I will simply use the Parker Quink. I initially wanted to use the turquoise light ink from Faber-Castell, but because we have the sac already filled with dark ink, it would ruin a light colored ink. So I will use this beautiful Parker Quink, which, by the way, it's quite a nice ink. So I've already told you that this is an aerometric filling mechanism similar to the Parker 51 of the 1950s. We simply dip the nib in ink and we push on, and there were some bubbles, which means that the ink was drawn, and I will use a tissue to clean the excess of ink. Okay, I will close the barrel. I will put back the cap, and try to remember, after you use the ink bottle, always cap it to avoid accidents. We'll leave this aside. Now let's give a little zoom. I love this clip with this heart-shaped ending. I simply can't get enough of it. It is wonderful. Let's see if we can post it. Yes, certainly this fountain pen can be posted, and you can see how long it is. Okay, I am ready for the writing sample. Let's zoom a bit. So I always don't remember the model name, so I'm sorry guys, but I have to check this out. So it's MING 98. Okay, so we have a MING fountain pen 78. Oh no, I'm sorry, I've made a mistake. It is 98.8. Sorry about that. It is a 98.8 fountain pen. This is made in China. On the nib, it states that we have an F nib, F steel nib. But I would consider this an M nib, M for medium. It certainly has a little ink flow problem, as you can see. Let's test the juiciness of it. It seems quite a nice juicy one. Let's see the line variation, and I'm quite impressed. There is a little bit of flex, but only a little, so little flex. It certainly glides. Let's test also the pressure that I have to put on the nib to write, and you can see that it requires a little pressure. But the interesting fact, it has no feedback and it doesn't scratch. So this is a good thing. So this is a good thing. And of course, I will write down a famous quote of a famous person. But this time I found two quotes that both spoke to me, and I want to share them with you. Let's see, the first quote is quite interesting. So, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. And I will let you think about it. Who do you think said these famous words? And another quote from this famous person: I cannot conceive of a greater loss than the loss of one's self-respect. And another famous quote made by Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. So this was my fountain pen review of this interesting Chinese-made model. I particularly love the attention to details that this model certainly has no lack of. I don't know for sure how this fountain pen costs, because I found it in a drawer, so maybe it was one of my old school fountain pens. It certainly has seen some action in its lifetime, but as you could see, a metallic fountain pen holds quite well. Even the nib, you can see that it performs quite good. At the beginning, we have some ink flow problems, but it was resolved. So this was my fountain pen review. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to my channel to support my activity. As always, I wish you to have a nice day. Thank you for your time, and bye bye.